What is strength training and when is too young for kids to start? I'm always reminded of the ability to ask better questions of a sketch show where somebody asks, "Does your dog bite?" And the person says, "No, he doesn't." And then the other person gets bitten by the dog. "Thought you said your dog didn't bite." "That's not my dog." And this is what I mean about asking better questions when you say, how young is too young for my child to start strength training? Because lifting weights and strength training are not necessarily the same thing. Now for me, strength training, especially when we're talking about kids, is the ability to handle body weight, the ability to project and implement, the ability to move or resist movement from another body, and the ability to optimize ground reaction forces. Now, those of you familiar with Vern Gambert's work know that this is stolen from him. But the reason why I like it is because if someone's like, is my child too young to strength train? Well, do you have any issues with them handling their own body weight? That's going to help them in any sport where they use their own body weight, including swimming. Are you okay with them projecting an implement? If so, you'll probably be okay with them, for example, learning to throw the javelin, throw the shot put, maybe even throw a rugby ball. If you're okay with them optimizing ground reaction forces, aka jumping, then that's going to help them with volleyball, basketball, netball, etc. So I'm not saying this to be facetious, but there's a lot more to strength training than simply lifting weights. So when they are of the age where they can follow instructions, then yes, they can lift weights, providing it's under supervised coaching that is of a recognized standard, not a weekend PT qualification. Sorry, just saying. Ideally, you're going to be accredited by somebody. You're going to have you're going to have experience working with young children specifically for lifting weights. You're going to have an idea of maturation, growth, the difference between biological age and chronological age. And like I said, strength training for young kids, it might be simply they're holding up their own body weight in various different movements. As they get older and they get the ability to take more instruction at any given time, then you might start introducing lighter loads, so stuff like dumbbells. I even like playing around with, for example, carries or piggyback races of another person, because one, parents are less likely to take umbrage to this, and two, kids are getting stronger without even realizing it. So strength training is not bodybuilding. Let's try and put that myth to bed. And bodybuilders use strength training, but strength training is not bodybuilding. So hope you found this useful. Very interested to hear your definition of strength training. I don't quite necessarily agree with the textbooks that say 1 to 5 reps of 85% 1 rep max, because let's face it, for most people who've never lifted a weight, what does that even mean? So let's try and contextualize things for parents and coaches that we're working with, help them out. And for example, if their interpretation of strength training or whatever is something and ours is different, then we need to help educate people and parents and coaches to help bring us on the same page. So when you're saying something, they're hearing what you're saying.